Hi, I'm Sarah. We have already set our intentions and our prayers for this session, so enjoy and learn.
I've been recently reading a series of books, Allies of Humanity, by Summer, and that is one of the things he stated in his books that's happening.
See, he knows.
And it startled me when I read it.
Why would it startle you?
He calls it the intervention, where there are collections of alien groups infiltrating our planet to gain exclusive access to our planet without the population knowing about it.
Well, that's their hope, but there are also those who are working with humans for the spread of enlightenment and discernment
Okay.
to balance. And ultimately, that's it, to balance humanity, balance Gaia, balance the universe.
Okay. Is the leader of Russia under the influence of one of these alien peoples?
He's being manipulated, yes,
Okay.
because he wants to be.
Yeah, that's
You
one
know,
thing that
that-
Summer said.
Yeah, that when a human being has the particular
Mindset.
mindset slash frequencies slash desires, whatever, that they are open to being manipulated. They may not even know they're being manipulated, but sometimes, occasionally, it's happened where they did. They worked with an alien to get somewhere. And I'm talking Earth history.
Right.
But, yes. And Russia's leader is not alone in this.
I would think every state that's authoritarian is that way.
Pretty much. If they're dictators, if they're fanatics, if they're extremists in any way, you can bet they're being manipulated.
All that came to my attention after I read the books. I'm only on the second book of the who knows how many I'm going to read yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it very opening. So
It does, and it assists you and anyone else who reads these books to in your discernment.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Yes,
That's
it
a good
is.
thing.
What is the purpose of the hybrid agenda on this planet?
Again, some of it is for manipulation, for infiltrating institutions in order to gain power. Other ones are for the enlightenment, the positive balance of humanity, helping, being of assistance to, particularly in this discernment thing. Again, it's the same.
Well, I've been sitting here listening to you. I notice that Sarah is not a human.
She's not human.
No. There was something else. I don't know what. I would like to revisit the cat people that a visitor talked about in session 10. What is their social structure? Got to find them first, huh?
Yeah.
Question out of
It's a hierarchy.
which is dominant, male or female, or
Mm,
neither.
neither. They are enlightened enough to know that strength can be found in either gender. And therefore, they just look for the strength of a person.
Can they see the energies of others in their planet?
Oh,
Because I would think that's a way to determine the strength of somebody.
yeah, well, is sort of. There's a sense of a person, one of their individuals, related to energies, how they see it, how they sense it. It's not like, oh my goodness, that person has really negative energy. Oh no, no. It's pretty much what you humans do. Do you have a gut feeling about somebody? Are you discerning of whether or not you can work with that person, or whether you even want to associate with that person? Or maybe you do, because you can discern in ways I spoke of earlier.
Right.
Whether that person is on the same path you are, whether it's something you want to pursue, but it's not like anyone sits around and thinks, let me see, is this person, what are they doing, what am I seeing? It's not as conscious a thing until you make your decisions. It's more of energy matching energy, your inner senses picking up on things, as well as your outer senses. And theirs is the same way. They're just, it's a little easier in a way because of the purring factor.
Yeah.
But they know that too. So they have to be more aware of when they're purring, why they purr, what's happening,
Some time back, in a non-session, I'd asked Sarah to bring in the team so I can ask them a question.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask that question now so we can have it in this recording. Does the team have the ability to sense and find hybrids?
We personally do not at this time. But that's misleading. We can. And then higher frequency beings, it's easier and easier as the frequencies
Yes.
get better, It's just that our function in these sessions, or out of the sessions, is not to pinpoint and say, oh, that person's a hybrid, that person's no, that is not our function. We don't focus on that. And if we did notice someone, we wouldn't say anything anyway. That is not Sarah's or your purpose to know these things.
How about aliens?
When they appear to you, you will know it. When they come to you for whatever.
Do you have the ability to see them and find them, the team?
Again, it's not our function. But everything is connected, so the
know.
higher frequency beings can pick out frequencies, et cetera, like that. And no one is alien to each other.
Yeah.
It's just to specify to anyone, you or your neighbor or anyone else, that that person's an alien, or oh, that alien's going to come into your house, or whatever. That is not our function, and we would not do that.
And also from that book, Aliens, not Aliens, Allies of Humanity, is where this comes from. I recently read that the part of the Milky Way in which we live is populated by many civilizations. I also read that most of those beings belong to one alliance or another. As I read more, the book also stated that most of these alliances do not place any value on us as humans, to the point where they don't care about us beyond their own values. What are your thoughts on this?
There is a good bit of that, because humans, those that you're referring to that are in various alliances, they are already technologically advanced enough that they believe that human beings are not, which you're not. You haven't met them yet. They also have that opinion about other beings on other worlds that are not as advanced as they are. So it isn't that, well, they're also very aware that we human beings are in the process of trying to destroy your world.
Mm-hmm.
They're very aware of that. Most of them have already been to that point, saw it, and did what they had to do to stop it and progress from there. And they kind of are, these people don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
But
that's
that's
the book.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That doesn't necessarily mean that they want to annihilate human beings or anything like that.
Read the first book, started the second one. I'm near the end of the second one. And yeah, I can see both sides that, this is leaning more towards the negative side. But with that said, I haven't read enough of his stuff to see if others' books lean more towards the positive.
And yes, not just of his books, but other authors.
Right.
In order to get a balance in your own mind
Mm-hmm.
about what the truth is.
Yeah. Well, the whole purpose for his book series is to wake mankind up so they can be discerning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole purpose of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying he's approaching this from a hard side because we need to be slapped upside the head to wake up. So that will hence be the negativity portion of it, because we need to wake up.
And this is true. He is correct in this, because ever since, I would say, your 1950s until the present, and including the last decade or so, it has been more of the too far the other way. Instead of being fearful, humanity is just accepting everything and everyone. And so, yes, there has to become a balance between humans knowing that there are those who are helpful, but also knowing that there are those who are harmful.
Yeah.
Not invasion-wise, not annihilation of humanity.
Well,
But yeah, there has to be an awareness of both sides of the coin.
the book goes on to say that the aliens really don't want to attack or destroy the Earth because of its valuable biodiversity, its minerals, its water. It does not want to destroy that stuff because the collectives that they represent, the commercial groups they represent, that's the stuff they sell. So they don't want to destroy it or damage it. So there won't
Right.
be an invasion.
Right.
There'll just be subtle takeovers of particular leaders in the world.
Yeah. Lost my train of thought because you're right.
Political leaders, business leaders, and religious leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is what he said.
Again,
and it makes
it's-
sense what
it's-
I see today.
It's power
Yeah.
and various ETs want that power for themselves and manipulate as best they can, and some of them are pretty good at it,
Yeah.
to acquire these things that they desire.
Yep.
So you're right, they don't want to destroy the earth. And that could well be why some of them aren't necessarily that benevolent, but they are trying to so-called be helpful to humans in order to enhance the value that they see in
Yeah.
Gaia. So,
Okay. Do species that use telepathy have a hive mind?
not all of them.
I trust that means some of them do.
Yeah, but they're not very far advanced technologically.
Explain,
Um,
please.
Because that hive mind doesn't allow them to think individually.
Ah, okay.
Therefore, the creativity is lacking.
Because I was thinking of the Borg from Star Trek,
Oh,
the hive mind. They just keep assimilating other technologies to increase their own technological wellness or whatever.
whatever. But no, there's nothing like that. Most beings who are telepathic have developed ways to keep their individual privacy.
Oh, so kind of like a firewall.
I suppose the
Okay,
engineer,
or a
the computer
barrier.
geek can, yeah. It's a barrier, I suppose you could call it, a way of thinking. And
Because they talked about that in Star Trek The Next Generation in one episode. I found it rather frightful and intriguing.
they did?
Yeah. The counselor on the Star Trek was
Oh,
working with another counselor, and that counselor invaded her mind.
yes. Yes. And so
Broke through
there
the
have
barriers.
been, in these telepathic civilizations, species, those sorts of things have happened, and that's how they've learned. And they're still learning and progressing and, working things out in order to not allow those things to happen.
How would us in a 3D world communicate with the telepath?
It has
Or-
already happened. Beings who have communicated with earthlings telepathically, to have given information or asked for other information or whatever. I mean, but it's been done telepathically into the human's brain, but the human is not capable of consciously directing questions or answers to the telepathic beings. Humanity has not developed that ability yet. But there are beings who can tap into a human's mind to get the information they want or to impart information by telling them. In fact, that is most likely the way that what's his name? Edgar Cayce was able to get all that information. It was telepathically transferred to him.
Oh, cool.
But I also suggest that right now we bring this to a close.
Yes, I agree. It's been almost 2 hours.
Aye. Okay. So it will be a good idea to just remember, everyone, love yourself, forgive yourself, be kind and compassionate to each other, because you are all one and all connected. And I'll see you all in another session. Goodbye now.